Hey everybody, I wanted to show off our new project dashboards that we launched last week. For those of you that aren't familiar, what I'm looking at right here is a Massdriver canvas. I'm specifically looking at a staging environment in my Massdriver project. And so what a project is a full validated model of your application, its infrastructure, architecture, configurations, and your environments. And these are used to give developers compliant deployments without the usual IaC and pipeline complexity. They kind of just drag and drop, connect things together, hit deploy, but it's all IaC under the hood. And so what I wanted to show today was our project dashboards, which I think are pretty cool. So right here, I just got a simple Helm application that's running on this Kubernetes cluster over here, being managed by an SRE team someplace. I've got a database that I'm able to manage myself as a developer. I've got a couple of configuration options here. This is all generated from the Terraform or OpenTofu that's uploaded by the ops team. You can see that I've got a Lambda that I'm connected to that is also using a DynamoDB and an API gateway. And then I've got a S3 bucket that I imported into Massdriver here. So just a simple environment, it's a staging environment. And what I'm doing right now is getting packages delivered, which is pretty cool. Can't wait to see what I got. Probably Christmas presents for the kids, but whatever. Anyhow, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you my project dashboard where I'm kind of simulating a developer building out their production environment for the first time. So I'm going to go ahead and click up here. And so what I first see when I come in here is I see a nice little roster of all the different infrastructure components that they have. So I can see that I've got a chat service, which is powered by a demo chat chart, imported bucket, which is coming from maybe a Terraform or OpenTofu Terraform module, etc. I can kind of click through and see all my resources here. But then I have a little dashboard of, actually somebody's booting up a preview environment right now. That's pretty cool. But you can see I've got my staging environment, my production environment here. You can see all of my staging resources are provisioned. And you can actually see this preview environment that somebody's booting up right now is also starting to provision some infrastructure. But it's pretty cool. So you can actually come in here and look at a project where one of your developers is managing their infrastructure. And you can kind of get a high level picture of not just their canvas of how they actually interact with deploying their services, but kind of get a grid overview of everything they're managing. So I can see all of their infrastructure is deployed and everything's looking good in their staging environment. I can see what versions of my Terraform modules they're using. I think I saw over here that there was a provision that failed. So it'd be very easy for me to kind of come in here and quickly scroll down and see that it looks like they failed a validation, so they weren't able to roll this table out because it looks like it's missing point-in-time recovery. And I could even hop in here and help fix that for them. You can see this module right here. I can see that it was that it's fallen behind a version, so I can see a new version is available. That's probably a version that I released earlier today. Maybe this developer's trying to upgrade to it and they're not able to upgrade to it because they didn't have point-in-time recovery turned on. It's a feature that we require for production environments. More presents are showing up. This is crazy. But in our configuration, we have it set where if you're in a production environment, you have to have point-in-time recovery. So that failure there is great for me as an operations person. I've ensured that a developer's been able to get something into production in a secure and compliant way. But here, you can just see that it's really easy for me to figure out exactly what's going on if they are managing their infrastructure and they need a little hand-holding. So hope you all thought that was cool. Check out more at massdriver.cloud, and yeah. Mosquitoes are here too. I got mosquitoes and packages. I gotta get out of here.